Hey, how's it going, everybody? And welcome to the afternoon tune. We're just doing a nice interview today. I think this is my second interview with a musician right now, so that is pretty great. Here we have, go ahead, introduce yourself, man.
It's the one and only Ernie Z. You
Ernie.
know,
All right, nice.
I don't know too many people want a name like that.
And he's a up and coming artist out of Milwaukee. A little bit of history between us. Actually, we're in college together. Yeah, college roommates. Yeah, back at
First
freshman year.
roommate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
long time ago. Yeah, I'm old as hell now. Yeah, so it was a little bit a while ago.
Years. It's crazy.
Yeah. So just gonna, ask him, how he's been, what he's been up to. He's got a promising music career going on now, which is pretty nice. So I'm gonna talk to him about that. So, but in general, Ed, how you doing, man? Got a nice, beautiful view behind you.
I
God is
appreciate
smiling on you right now. What's
it.
going
And you already know. You wouldn't even know it's cold outside right now.
on? Yeah. It's like a beautiful day. So yeah,
Right.
just tell us a little bit general, about your background, who you are. Yeah.
About my background, who I am. Well, I'm somebody who I guess I can never be serious. I always make jokes and everything. I always like to be lighthearted. Um, and I guess like my background. I was always into sports. I always super competitive. So um, that's just basically who I am. I'm someone who's competitive. I put my all into everything, and I always like to make jokes and everything. So
Yeah.
much for me.
Because I remember, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. I think I remember you telling me at one time that you were a multi-sport guy, right? You played basketball. Did you play football?
Yes,
Um,
sir.
and you played in high school. You played, then you got hurt. Am I correct?
I did. I did basketball, baseball, football, and track. Actually, did track is like just to get extra credit for class, and it took off for me. But yes, I tore my ACL, MCL, both my meniscus during football
Yeah,
sophomore year.
yeah. I remember that. I remember you telling me that, and I said, "God damn, whoa."
Yeah,
Yeah. So that pretty much put a kibosh on the whole kind of sports thing after that, pretty much. Right?
it did. Yeah, that was sophomore year of college. I was in California at the time, and so I just decided to move back over here. Had my whole junior year, I was off because of the injury, and I didn't come back until like basketball season, and then senior year I went back to California. So, but it was fun, but obviously sports wasn't in the picture for the future.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. And so kind of, what were you in college for? Partic-
In college, I was there for business and Africology and psychology as well. So my minor was Africology, my major was business and psychology.
hmm. Okay. And did you end up finishing there at UWM or no?
Still got a couple more credits left.
Okay. So a
I
couple. All right. Yeah.
decided to, nah, it just, I'm gonna finish it. It's just right now, it's just not for me. Like, cause I'm making good money right now, just doing what I'm doing, and I'm just gonna finish it just to say that I finished.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. And that leads into kind of the next thing. So, yeah, you were in college. So, what kind of was the decision to lead to the music career that you're pursuing now? What was that? Have you always been interested in music? Was it something that you always did as kind of a side
Always,
thing? Okay.
yeah. So I've always been interested in music. Um, it's been something that's just been with me since I was a kid. It's just I don't know why growing up and whatnot. Cause my dad is an artist himself. Same with my brother, but I was always like too shy to do anything for real. Like I said, I'm more of a funny person. Like I like to joke about things. So the music I would be making would be parodies and stuff. Like even as a kid, I'll perform in the classrooms just parodies. Um, but I never wanted to take it seriously because to me it felt uh, more raw, like you showing a certain aspect of yourself that you don't really show other people. And then if people judge you on that, like they think it's whack or whatnot, and it's like, dang, like, this sucks. But if it's a parody, it's like, you know what, it was a joke anyways. Um, but I decided to take it more seriously when COVID started because I figured, I'm here, might as well give it a shot. I don't want to wonder what if.
Mm, yeah. It's interesting you kind of bring up. Well, I just also want to talk about the parody thing because was it more like a Little Dicky type situation with that? I don't know.
Yeah. Everything was like Lil Dicky type situation, but I don't want to be known like that. I don't want to be like a funny rapper. Like one thing I want to do is I'll make the music serious, but like the music videos and whatnot can be funny. Like certain aspects of that, like promos for everything, it can all be jokes and whatnot. Because that's what I used to do too. Like in college, I would always do like funny skits and all that.
Mm.
But even when I freestyle and whatnot, I can't freestyle unless it's like funny stuff. So I literally got to sit in the booth and like write everything. Otherwise, it's gonna come out like a Little Dicky song.
Mm. Okay. So you were bringing up COVID as you're bringing that the reason you really start to focus, and really start with the music career. And it's interesting. I had another artist on, Nicholas J. Scott, and we were talking about the whole COVID era, and we were kind of just talking about that space for artists, being able to really create and really kind of explore, kind of their creativity more. Would you say that was the same for you? Just really, it was a situation where you didn't have really anywhere to go, and you just really just gave you that opportunity to really just stay focused more.
Uh, Honestly, yeah, I was in the middle of like this workout challenge. It's called like 75 hard, and I couldn't go out. Like I couldn't drink. I couldn't like do anything that I normally would do. So that social aspect was gone. So I had a whole bunch of time to do whatever. On top of it, being COVID. So like I was stuck uh, inside the house trying to find new hobbies and whatnot. And it all started because I met my one. Well, he's a really good friend of mine now. I met him at a little cookout, and he said he did music. I said I was always interested in doing it, and he just said to look him up on iTunes or Spotify. So I looked him up after the cook. I didn't get his info or anything. I just looked him up that night, and then I was like, wow, I really like his music. So then I just searched his name and I DM'd him. I was like, yo, I wanna work with you. I wanna see what you do. And so we went to the studio like about 2 weeks later, and he ended up being sick. So I had the studio time to myself. So literally, like, song I had written about a year ago. Like, I never went to a real studio in my life before this. Like, I had a studio in my parents' basement. I had studios where it was at a friend's house, but my voice never sounded right. Like, so I was like, I might as well be a ghostwriter or something because my voice is not it for this or whatnot. I
Mm.
went into that studio and that producer worked magic. His name's John Tay Gary over at Sonica Studios, and uh, so I just remade the song that I made a year before, and that was the first song I put out. And we ended up doing two songs that day, and me and my guy's name's Hemza. He goes by P4 Lee. We have so many songs together now, but that's just how it started.
Nice. Um, so kind of with this, you said we're kind of also with this kind of COVID era, and you kind of really, focusing more on it. What would you say? Were there any kind of downsides for you in that kind of space at all?
With COVID,
Yeah.
no, not at all.
Okay.
I would say, um, low key, I kind of want another shutdown, just because, man, I'm always on the go. I'm always too busy. It was very relaxing. Like that, I was in my house for like 3 months, and I got to do a lot of stuff I wasn't able to do before. So I got back in shape. Like I was back into my high school shape. I was just mentally there. It was just refreshing. So
Nice. And how is it for you now? So with kind of things kind of basically lifted now. So you said you're really kind of really profiting off your career now with the whole music thing. So you're doing the music thing full time, pretty much.
so I'm getting back into it full time. I had some issues going on with a roommate situation, and so I had to cover some stuff there, and just some personal things happened. So I didn't go back into the studio for like a whole year. So I've just been releasing stuff I've made. Like I made about 20 or so songs. I'm just releasing those, but I'm getting back into it. Um, but no, I'm bartending on the side, and I also I'm like a business rep over at USA. But no, I'm getting back in the groove of things with music. So it's things are about to look promising like they were when I first started.
Okay. Okay, that's pretty nice. Because I was looking at because I have Apple Music, so I was looking you up on Apple Music, going through your songs, things like
Hmm.
that, and I was noticing you. Yeah, you didn't have an album. It was
Yeah,
mostly just EPs, singles, things like that. So, do you think maybe you'll cobble the 20 songs that you have out? Maybe put out like a weekend situation, do like a trilogy, do like that, put out like just like those albums like that situation, or
I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do. I know I have a project that I've been holding. It's called With Love from a Distance. Still figuring out what songs I want to keep in there, what I want to bring out, because every time I go back to the studio, I find a song that I like even more. So but I don't want it to just be like a mixture of just random songs. I want it to be like a story to tie into everything. So that I'm holding until I don't want it to be perfect, because obviously, if you want it to be perfect, you're never gonna release it. I just want it to be where I'm just content with it. Um, but as far as everything else, I don't know if it's like a weekend trilogy, but yeah, we're gonna do like little EPs. I don't want to drop like an album yet until like this is super serious, you know. So for the meantime, it'll just be singles and EPs or a mixtape, you know.
okay, all right. So I was looking at some. So you do have some music videos, up on your channel. You do have a YouTube channel,
Correct.
and I was looking at some of the videos there. What was and I looked up on Agree on Love and On My Level. I saw kind of those ones. Which one, from the songs that you do have released right now on Apple Music, on Spotify, you're on all platforms, right? Okay,
Yes.
all platforms. Which one do you think you're the most proud of? If you had to show people your style, who you are, if you to hook people immediately, what song do you think you'd go to?
Oh man, song I go to immediately. I would say Agree on Love.
Agree on
Um,
Love. Okay.
the reason why is it was the second song I released. And just even looking at my stats now, like, because as an artist, you get an Apple artist and a Spotify for artists thing. Like, for some reason, people everywhere they like that song and they like On My Level. Um, I think they like On My Level because Soldier Boy ended up using the beat months later, but it's those two that are like the main ones, and it's like I'm not promoting it or anything. So I'd say if people are liking it, I might as well just, you know, I got to make more music like that. But that would be the one that I would show people to start out with.
Okay. And what do you like about those two songs in particular?
Those two.
Yeah.
Um. Well, I mean, it shows that I'm not just like an R&B artist, you know. Even though like the majority of my songs are like an R&B type, I can do that, and I can be a little more versatile uh with certain kinds of beats. Where I don't have to sing. I can do like a melodic hook and whatnot.
Yeah, because I was looking at one of your videos, Issues, where that song was mostly you singing on that song mostly,
Correct.
on that. So do you think you do mostly? Do you think you do an equal combination of both of R&B and hip hop, or do you think you do mostly hip hop, or what is?
Um. Honestly, I think it's more R&B, and the reason why is because, like I said, the first producer I went with that got my voice right, Tay, he's a singer. Like he's not a rapper. So everything I do, even when I want to rap it, he tells me to sing it. So like everything I'm doing is like singing right now. It's only when I go to a different studio that I feel like I can rap and to get my rap voice down. I don't know if you heard the song Mona Lisa, but I recorded that over at a different studio called Time in the Studios, and that is more of my rapping voice, and on the hook has my singing voice a little bit. But but everything else has been with Tay or this other guy named used to be Spice Guy, but he goes by Two Phone Noah now. He moved to LA and he's taken off too over there.
Mm, nice. So what were kind of your inspirations, your music that kind of growing? Because I know your father. You said your father also did music, and I think you also showed me at one time your father in a music video. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in one of my dad's first music videos. He took a little break from it, but my inspiration, I would, I mean, I would say obviously Drake, a little bit of Big Sean, um, let's see, Lil Wayne.
Mm,
Um, my mind's going blank right now, but I know like growing up, that's the main people I was listening to. Like, I feel like Big Sean kind of fell off now, but when he was up and coming, his wordplay was different, and it was cool. Like, and some of it was funny, but it was still cool to me. And a lot of Lil Wayne and Drake.
mm, okay, that's good. Yeah. So kind of at this stage of your career now, have you kind of hit the levels you think you would have now by this point?
Honestly, everything's still surreal to me. Like, I didn't think people would really mess with my stuff. I knew I get a lot of views and whatnot when I was like playing around with parodies, but like I didn't know people would actually take me seriously as an artist, like as a real one. So I mean, everything's like exceeding my expectations. Like obviously, I took a year off, so I got to get back in the groove of building that momentum back. Because once you stay out of the spotlight for like everybody's attention span is like a goldfish. So if you're not in there, then they're gonna go on to the next person. So um, I got to get back into the groove of things. Being played over at the Bucks playoffs was a huge. I don't know, like it was surreal. I couldn't believe it. They played me over at Summerfest. So next, I gotta just start getting to perform. So
Mm,
hopefully, I can start performing, going on tour, or perform at Summerfest at least once or twice.
yeah, and Summerfest, that's the big music festival that happens in Milwaukee every year. Well, I mean, except COVID at that time, but yeah,
Right.
basically, I mean, yeah, except that time. But I see, like, Agree on Love. Yeah, you do. I mean, this was doing really good numbers, 16K views. That's really good.
Right.
And then also, I remember you posted something on IG where you said your streaming numbers were also pretty good as well. Yeah,
Right.
what were the streaming numbers there for your singles there?
So, for some reason, when I dropped Hotel with P4 that took off. Um, but everything else has been around 1 to 2K each single. Over on Apple Music, Spotify. I'd say once again, it's Agree on Love on my level. Some of the other singles, like I'm not really promoting anything. I'm just releasing stuff. Like this is where I need a team or a manager because I hate the other aspect. I just want to record and release it, but and
Hmm.
I want a team to just take care of all that. But yeah, everything else they're doing, good numbers for not really pushing anything. But Hotel took off. That did like I don't know 35K streams over on Spotify,
Oh,
and yeah,
that's pretty nice. I have somebody in the chat. Chill said that's the song he found on SoundCloud. Hotel. That's what he said he
found
found.
that on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Oh man, so my SoundCloud, even though it's my official SoundCloud, that's not something I even promote. Like I don't know what kind of songs I have on there. It's just like whenever I make a song, since obviously if you release it onto iTunes, Spotify, all that, you got to do it at least a month in advance. I like to put everything out right away, but yeah, I'm gonna have to go onto my SoundCloud see what I have on there.
Mm.
But
Chill.
you said,
Yeah, he said it's mostly older joints. That's what he said.
yeah,
Mostly kind of older stuff there. So you said you want to get kind of the next step is kind of performing. So have you yet even performed at like smaller venues or anything like that, or kind of working your way up a little bit more, or is it you haven't really done much performing live, or what's the situation there?
yeah. I only performed twice. Like once at my release party, and the other was at It was at another release party, not mine, but it was my guy Donovan Sherrod. We performed over at, I don't even know this venue, but it was on the north side, and it was fun. But no, I feel like I gotta make more music that's gonna be a little more hype for performing. That's why I haven't really tried to perform anywhere else yet. It's I want to make more music that's gonna get the crowd going, because nobody wants to hear "Agree on Love" or whatnot if out in a venue, unless like you're super famous or up and coming like that, you know.
Yeah. So you think most of your music now is kind of more like mellow bar music? Do you think it's club music? Do you think it's like something that would mostly play there, or
It's it's a little bit of everything, a little bit of everything, because they play my music in some bars and whatnot, but they mainly will play on my level or hotel. Um, it's just those two songs that they play on my level and hotel. Um, but have you heard the new EP that I did? It was like a three-song joint.
let me.
Saturday
What was that EP? Let me see here. Was
is
it
Lover Lust.
Lover Lust? Yeah, I did hear this one. Yeah, and on this one it has Satisfied, Mona Lisa, and Pageant. Pageant with P4 L
P4.
P4 Lee. Okay, yeah,
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 yeah. So
yeah. I heard that. Yeah.
so those three, I think the only one that can be played at a club is Mona Lisa, um, or Pageant too. But it's more mellow, probably like as the bar's closing type. Um, but Satisfied, that's not like a going out song. That's more, you know, setting the mood right for the ladies on that, you know.
Yeah. When I was talking to the other artist that I had interviewed, and he was talking about like it's always just kind of it only takes that one thing, right? To maybe blow up, maybe that one song, that one moment to really just blow up, and all of a sudden, boom, you're just gaining all these followers, gaining all these fans, gaining all these subscribers, gaining, whatever. It just kind of takes that one maybe viral thing to really set you off. How much do you, with the music kind of seeing the way it is now, do you think the pathway to that is through social media avenues, like with TikTok, like with IG? I mean, I know TikTok, it seems like it's a huge thing for artists now to get your song to
Oh
be a
yeah,
part of a sound and everything like that on there. Would you kind of say that's kind of the path and avenue now?
I think it is. Like I'm not on TikTok like that, so I have to be, because I mean, just seeing everything, seeing how all these other artists are coming up, I think you really have to be on there. I don't know as much as IG, because TikTok, everybody's on there. There's so many more people on TikTok than any other musical platform or any other platform, and that's gonna be the way to take off. I just gotta learn how to do things without looking corny, you know. Because I've seen so many people doing their music stuff, and it's like, I would want to do that, but that seems corny. Like it looks like it's working, but I don't want to,
Can you
you
give me an
know.
example without saying any names? Can you give me an example?
It's not even names. I don't even know these people. They'll get like 100,000 likes on it though. It's just stuff that's cringy. It's cringy to me. Like it feels like nails on a chalkboard, but it works. Just I don't even know an example. It's just like pretending you're in a studio with somebody that's all you, like saying, oh, I'm in the studio with Drake if I was on this song or whatnot, and then like and you pretend you're sneaking into it or whatnot. It's like I guess that works, but I don't, that's not me.
Do you think so? A community. I don't know how the community, the music scene is in Milwaukee. Do you think that also helps a little bit? I mean, has that helped you, the community of music scene in Milwaukee, to help kind of blow up a little bit more?
No. Now there are a lot of artists that are very cool and chill and have become really good friends with me, but music scene is more like it's more gatekeeping. I'd say more than anything. Like because there are already artists that blew up, that are already kind of mainstream, still underground mainstream, but it's not like they're shining a light onto everybody in Milwaukee. It's more, once they make it, they just close themselves off. Um,
Anybody I would know when you say mainstream? Anybody you think general people would know?
Anybody would know. I mean, I don't know her like that, but I mean, look at Lakia. She's mainstream. I feel like she should be doing more with Milwaukee artists. You know, same with like Chicken P. He's he's getting somewhat mainstream now,
Okay.
and but like it's more like a clique. Like you're only gonna be with certain groups. But no, like there's some people where they're showing a lot of love. Like there's this one girl named Mocha. She's showing love to every Milwaukee artist, whether they're even having a buzz or not. Like, and she did her own like 414 day or whatnot. I think I was I didn't make that because I don't have, in my opinion, I don't have the songs ready to perform yet. But she had a whole list of everybody. But no, I think this one guy, Von Alexander, he was talking about it, like how um, there's so many dope creatives in Milwaukee, and yet they're not shown the light that they need. Like they're not receiving their flowers, and so there's we have so many good artists, and it's just they're just not getting their due diligence. You know.
Mm, yeah. So do you think that you would kind of, potentially, you say you think about maybe leaving, if you were to tour, everything like that, other plans out of Milwaukee. Do you think, where else would you think it would be better for you, maybe as an artist to grow?
I mean, well, I'm gonna still try to link up with people that are, you know, really good in Milwaukee. I'm gonna try to see if I can get my foot in the door there. But I'm thinking about, you know, moving over to Vegas. I don't know if it's too big of a music scene, but I think it's probably better than over here. Because I mean, you're right next to LA and whatnot, and first off, the weather's a lot better, so I'll just stay motivated year round.
Right.
Feeling like you're just stuck in the house.
Okay. Yeah, Las Vegas. Yeah, Las Vegas would be an exciting destination to be in, for sure.
Right.
A lot going on in that city now. I mean, of course, a lot of things now going on there. Are there any kind of dream collaborations you want to do? Things like things like you hope that really happens with you with other artists, or do you hope for things like that, or are you content right now with what you got?
I mean, I'm content right now, but like dream collaborations, um, I would say with the people I mentioned that I looked up to. You know, it would be dope to get on a song with Big Sean, to get on a song with Lil Wayne or Drake. Um, it would be dope to get on a song with Ishtar. He's not really doing anything musically as of recently, besides this little project he dropped earlier this year or last year. Um, but no, it honestly it would just be dope to even have other artists, like other big artists, consider to be on a song.
Yeah. And it's kind of amazing. You mentioned, like these artists like Drake and Lil Wayne, and Big Sean, and think about the longevity that they've had in their careers. You know what I mean? Really dominating, music for over a decade. Especially
Right.
Drake, and his ability to really adapt to new music and really, like, if a new artist is coming up, and they kind of have a song, it seems like Drake really hops on that song because he knows the power of what it will do if he does
Oh
do it.
yeah.
I think I was listening to, I think it was Young Thug who mentioned that on the Breakfast Club, and he was kind of talking about that. So yeah, that would be, yeah, incredible, yeah, for someone's career if that did happen. And in your
100%.
kind of in your songs and your music, do you think you share similar kind of messages in terms of content as Drake? I mean, what do you mostly kind of talk about? You think in your music?
Everything right now has just been sappy. Just like, just all about, relationship issues and whatnot. And just stuff I've gone through in the past. Like, I'm not an emotional person, but those are just like experiences of mine. So it's just stuff that I've written about, stuff that I kept inside that I don't really talk to other people about. So that the reason why I said I was always like shy to do my music, because it's like it's me showing you. an aspect of me that I don't show other people.
Yeah, yeah, it can be very vulnerable at the time, really sharing that art with other people. And if what if they reject it or say it sucks? Have you had that experience before? Somebody saying it's trash or your music's garbage or anything like that?
Um, no. The only person that did talk shit about me was my ex. Like this was years ago. She called me some wannabe ass rapper. I was like, all right, whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I guess you can kind of dismiss that. Maybe she, was hurt. I guess you know what I mean. Situation.
Yeah, maybe she was hurt, but I mean that kind of stuck. It's like, damn, I'm a wannabe ass rapper. Like, whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess yeah. I mean, it can be tough. I mean, you kind of. I mean, do you think you're ready for that kind of criticism when it comes? I mean, if somebody is kind of harsh like that.
Yeah, yeah, I'm ready for it now. Like I used to not be able to even perform in front of anybody. Like even in the studio. Oh my god, the first day I went into the real studio, my hand was shaking like crazy. Like
Mm.
like when I was in the booth looking at what I was writing, like I could not stop shaking. And it had to only be me and the producer. But now I always invite people to come with and do their feedback and be like, "Oh, I like that. Maybe you should do this," and then we'll just play around like that. So it. I came out of my shell pretty much, where it's just everything's just I'm open to every form of criticism and whatnot.
Okay. And what kind of some of the criticism have you heard about your music and everything like that?
Uh, about my music. I mean, out of all the music that's out, I haven't heard any criticism really. Um, Now when I'm in the studio, it's funny because I suck at ad libs. I need help with ad libs and background vocals. But everybody like they make fun of me for that. Like even tell you be like, yeah, that's definitely not your strong suit. Um, but that's the one thing I need to work on. But as far as stuff I've released so far, nobody's really said anything bad about anything. Um, I guess constructive criticism. My one guy, he told me on Mona Lisa he would have liked to hear like maracas in the beginning, but nothing where everybody's saying, "Oh, like this was trash."
That's Moroccan. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I guess it
okay.
would sound good in the beginning, but it is what it is.
Okay. Let's go through some kind of your songs here. So you say "Agree on Love," "On My Level," are kind of your two big ones right there. I did like those. I did enjoy those. I thought those kind of had good beats. I thought you had good flow, and kind of a lot of those. But I mean, I want to know if is this your like your girlfriend in this? Because I saw her in two videos. I think I saw her in both these videos. The one.
Uh, Lydia, nah,
Okay.
that's a friend. Um, nah, she's a cool friend, but
Okay.
nah, my girlfriend's not in any of those videos.
Uh,
She's gonna be in some in the future, but she's not in any of those.
Okay, yeah. I do think I think a little bit. I mean, I guess with the music video, I don't know what kind of the budget you have there for those. I could see you doing a lot more, like you said, bring more of kind of the humor out in a lot of your videos, a little bit more of the kind of the creativity there.
Right.
Yeah, would kind of be nice. But yeah, yeah, I really did kind of enjoy it. I do like kind of the yeah flow. I think you got a nice voice, especially when you do the R&B thing, which is I think very nice. Is there any kind of song that you kind of don't like that you put out that
Oh
you?
my god. Well, not one that I put out, but this was like my third ever studio session. Everything sounded nice, like in my head. It was this was like this is gonna be the song. When I recorded it, it was ass. It was terrible. I don't think I'm ever gonna release that. Um, but oh my god, like I was embarrassed for myself. I wanted to go with like a little Peep flower vibe, but Tay didn't even know who Lil Peep was, so he didn't know how to get my voice. But nah, like to this day, I still think the song will be good, but the way that it sounds right now is terrible. But song that I guess I don't like that's out would be blessing. The reason why is because I don't think it was. I mean, it was good, but there were some parts where it's like my voice could have been a little better, like where I
Hmm.
wasn't really trying as hard as I should have. Um, then I'm releasing another song within like a week or two. It's gonna be called Lonely. I don't like how my voice is on that either, but like I said, the one guy who goes by he used to go by Spice God is now Two Phone Noah. He moved over to LA, and it's just gonna be a hassle to try to get everything done with him. So it's like I might as well just release it.
Mm. Okay. Interesting. You bring up kind of Lil Peep. I think was Lil Peep kind of more of those people that was kind of like the SoundCloud kind of era where you had kind of Lil Peep or 6ix9ine, Existentacion, more of
And
that SoundCloud rappers that really kind of came big off the internet. I guess you don't really see that too much anymore. Real SoundCloud rappers or SoundCloud
you
artists
don't. It's
coming
because
out.
they're all on TikTok now. It
Okay.
is all TikTok. But yeah, you don't see anybody blowing up off of SoundCloud. But yeah, no, it was. I was listening to him at the time. I was listening to a lot of him and X and Juice World, and I was like, all right, I want this kind of vibe, and it was terrible.
Mm.
So obviously, I need some practicing on that before I can, release that.
Yeah. And that vibe was it kind of more like I guess like with Existentacion with Lil Peep, Juice was kind of I guess they kind of did a little bit of like emo rap. I guess you could kind of say.
It was, it was like a emo rap, but it was upbeat. I don't know how to explain it. Like they think that mixed with Post Malone, kind of,
A little bit
if you
more
can
rock
picture it.
star kind of vibes.
A little more rock star, and it's like that's not me. That ain't it. At least for right now.
Okay. All right. So what are your kind of big goals? Is it to kind of be on double XL or filling stadiums?
And I guess my big goals are to be able to just do this to where I won't need any other job, or this will be like my full time job, being able to do what I like and love and get paid for it. Like getting paid to create stuff that I'm going through, stuff that I can vent about and just make music about it. Like that would be dope. Um, like I don't care much about the followers or the publicity like that, but I'd rather. I mean that's nice too, but I like to have a life, and want to be able to go wherever I want to go without people bombarding me.
Okay. And you said bringing more your love and because you are it seems like yeah you are truly passionate about this your music, and bringing more kind of your personality into it. You ever think about making maybe a Dragon Ball Z rap? Maybe think about that. No, yeah, you were like a
Dragon Ball Z rap.
yeah because I know you were like a huge Dragon Ball Z guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, when you say that, my socks are Goku right now,
Oh, okay, nice.
but but I never thought about that.
Okay, well, I don't know. Might I
I
don't know.
mean, I don't know if it would be like a song. Maybe it could be something like a little reel or TikTok, like a little 1 minute challenge thing.
Maybe I mean I don't know. Maybe I think yeah a lot of people do love it. I mean, it might go viral, might blow up or something like that. Yeah, it might be something kind of huge.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, you're not lying. You could do that, and then people could be on TikTok recreating stuff from it. Like I said, I gotta learn how to do this TikTok stuff. So
Yeah. Do
that's
you
stuff I gotta go.
you think that's kind of one of your weaknesses there, of just as far as the social media game comes, of trying to gain kind of people from there to interest there to your music?
Yeah, like I used to be big on social media, and like I'm on it all the time now, but I don't post. Like I don't post like how I should be. Like how a regular artist should be doing it. Like, cause what do they say on TikTok? You're supposed to post what 3 to 5 times a day or something like that.
Wow, 3 to 5 times. Wow.
Yeah, that's not me. I barely post would post like once every 3 months on Instagram. I don't post at all on Facebook. Twitter I'm on, but it's more retweets and whatnot. So that aspect I gotta learn to just bring myself back out there into the world and do all that.
Okay. Yeah. So final question: what are you listening to right now? What is Ernie Z? What's on his playlist? What's albums he's checking out right now? He's loving right now.
Oh man, right now, I mean, I'm listening to a lot of Milwaukee artists because, like I said, there's a lot of them that are dope. Like CJ Folds, Eli Stones. Um, there is Looney. There is Chicken P. Lakia. There's my guy Donovan Sherrod. Just listening to all of them. The Munch Lauren, he's big in the clubs, and that's basically all I'm listening to at the moment. I haven't really listened to a new like mainstream project in a while.
That's very nice. Very nice supporting local artists. That's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
You made me interested to check those artists out as well. So I'll look those artists up after the interview. There, yeah, I'm very very interested to see. Always very great to support up and coming artists, especially if they're
Right.
as talented as you say they are.
They're talented, man. They like Looney. He has a song with King Von, and it's a good song. But I think he's in jail right now. Once he gets out, it's gonna be good for him, I guess.
Yeah. What is do you think the general sound of Milwaukee? Because I know Chicago has kind of they're known for the trap sound. You know that was big. That was big in maybe the 2010s that area.
Yeah,
You had a lot of those artists come out. What do you think the sound of Milwaukee is?
the sound of Milwaukee sounds like the underground sound and all that. It sounds more like Detroit music right now. That's not me. So like the first two artists I named, CJ Folds and Eli Stones, they don't sound like that. But it's that's what it sounds like right now, like a T Grizzly type and whatnot. That's what they all sound like.
Okay, that's very nice. Well, thank you, man. Thank you for coming on. You want to tell a little bit more people about like your links, your social medias, your platforms, everything you're on. Pimp your stuff there.
Yeah. You can find me everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's ITS Ernie Z. It's Ernie Z. Um, YouTube, same exact thing. So I'll be releasing a lot of stuff, a lot of more stuff in the near future, and hopefully, next time we do this, I'll already been performing a lot. So,
Nice. Yeah. If you drop the project, drop an album, love to have you come on, talk about it, and yeah, we'll talk about the album and talk about more future things for you, man.
all right,
All
for
right.
sure.
All right, man. Good catching up with you, man.
And catching up with you too.
All right. Take care.
All right, have a good one.
Have a good one. Ah, man. But that was great stuff.